We're back at it here live from Studio 3 here in downtown Wenatchee. Wake up in Wenatchee Valley, 17th day of April 2024, and it's Wednesday. There it is, the theme to Winning Wednesday as performed by Cher and available to download on Spotify. We're back at it for another round of tickets. In fact, two sets of tickets, two sets of 4 tickets for Blippi. Blippi's World Tour comes to the Town Toyota Center 1 week from tomorrow. Thursday, April 25th. The show gets going at 6 o'clock. You've been seeing the ads if you watch this show or watch any of our shows. Blippi's World Tour to the Town Toyota Center. So if you got kids or grandkids and they're right at that age that they're going to get into Blippi, this is your chance. Send me an email. winner@ncwlife.com. It's an email entry contest. You know that by now. winner@ncwlife.com. These are really, really good seats. They're on the floor like 7 rows back from the stage. I mean, you're going to be right there. Kids are going to love it. Blippi, and we have 2 sets of 4. 2 sets of 4 to give away today. So we're going to have 2 winners. Winner@ncwlife.com, winner@ncwlife.com. You know the rules by now. Employees of local telecommunications, solely on broadcasting, and their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, Rachel, you can't win because you work here and you get paid here. And 1 entry per email. That's the other one. Nobody really does that anymore. They used to in the early days of Winning Wednesday. They try to enter gazillion times on the same email. It's 1 entry per email address. If you have more than 1 email address, you can enter more than once. You just can't enter over and over and over again. Winner@ncwlife.com. 2 winners today. Each winner will win a family 4-pack, so you can sit all together of really good seats to see Blippi and his worldwide tour coming to the Town Toyota Center 1 week from tomorrow, Thursday, April 25th at 6 o'clock. Chilly, 39 degrees. That cold air is still here. We only got to 55 yesterday on Tuesday. It will be a little warmer today, but not much, still below normal. Lots of sunshine, very little wind. It's going to be a very nice day, if a little on the cool side. Gradual warming trend into the weekend. The weekend's looking good. We're in for a nice stretch of weather. We could use a little more rain. That's not going to happen. Your complete forecast from the National Weather Service is coming up, plus the news. Sports, Mariners guaranteed that they're going to win their first series of the year. They took the first 2 from Cincinnati, including last night. Everybody looked really good. We got some really nice highlights. Kraken gave the Winnipeg Jets all they could handle. Winnipeg is going to the playoffs. They're one of the best teams in the NHL. Kraken is not. They gave them a good run. Fell short. We'll have highlights of that. And a huge upset in prep soccer last night as well in the Big 9. And in the back half of the program, in our interview segment, Dave Erickson and the newest hire from the City of Wenatchee's Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services Department, Katie Hoffman, will be joining me. Dave's going to give us an update on what's going on with the remodel, the rebuilding almost, if you will, of the Wenatchee City Pool on Fuller Street. They're making good progress. You wouldn't believe what they had to deal with, the contractors. Dave and Katie and I will talk about the new pool, because it's essentially a new pool. We'll see that in the back half of the program. Let's start our tour around the valley. At 6 minutes after the hour. We're using the other Wenatchee Heights camera. Remember, we have 2. We use this occasionally. We call it Heights East because it's farther east than the main camera at the very tip of Wenatchee Heights. Gives us a slightly lower view, but a nice view anyway of East Wenatchee. We're giving East Wenatchee all the love today. Sunrise 6:07 this morning. Sunset tonight 7:54. That's 13 hours and 47 minutes of daylight. And again, we only got to 55 on Tuesday. We'll be warmer than that today, but not much. Let's head on up to Lake Chelan, take a look at the 3 Fingers project in the lower right-hand corner down there. Still put together by GBI. You can see the marina. This is from our lower Butte camera. Again, we have 2 cameras on the Chelan Butte. One's at the very top, and the other's not quite all the way to the top, but it gives us a great view of Chelan proper. And again, the lake is about 10 feet below where it will be by the time they fill up the big old bathtub. Speaking of Lake Chelan, a different view, our Union Valley camera. Looking back towards the south shore of Lake Chelan. You can, that's a beautiful view there. We had to move the Union Valley camera a couple of years ago. It was about a mile closer to Chelan. It's still a great view though. Really is spectacular. And you can even see the mountains of the Wenatchee Valley way off in the distance from our Upper Butte, from our Union Valley camera. And this is a newer camera down by Royal City It's just to the south of Royal City. That's looking down towards the Columbia River, towards Wahluke. So if we turn that around, you'll be able to see Royal City. So that's quite a ways away from us. But boy, you can sure see a lot of land, can't you? Good morning to our friends in Wahluke. I'm sure we have viewers down there. I don't really know. From the National Weather Service, here's your forecast. Again, that cold air is still here with the clear skies. We're getting pretty chilly for those overnight lows, and we're not going to warm up a great deal. We're only going to get to 58, our normal high 62, so just a little bit below normal. Closer to normal on Thursday with a forecast high of 61. Very little wind now. We're kind of done with the wind. Wind will pick up a little bit on Friday, but not much. Slightly cooler with a high of 60 because the overnight low Thursday night is going to be 35. That is cold. So it's going to take us a little while to start warming up on Friday, which is why we're going to have a slightly cooler afternoon high to wrap up the work week, and then no complaints at all. How about 66 and sunshine on Saturday, 65 sunshine on Sunday, up to 70 on Monday, 72 on Tuesday. Hopefully for Thursday of next week, the 25th, which is also the first day of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, we'll have weather like that. We'll take it. Lots of sunshine and a gradual warming trend. All right, going to take a break and come back with your news. You're watching a Winning Wednesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
It's me, Blippi! Blippi's back on stage with his brand new Wonderful World Tour.
Are you ready? I'm an excavator.
Sing, dance, and make new discoveries. In Blippi, the Wonderful World Tour with special guest, Mika.
My name is Mika. Yeah, it's nice to meet ya.
For tickets and more, visit BlippiOnTour.com. Blippi, the Wonderful World Tour.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now, bring home select VX and L Series tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for 72 months. Contact your Kubota dealer for details.
Clear skies, nice light breeze, 39 degrees. Pretty cool today, below normal anyway, but bountiful sunshine. Closer to normal high temperatures by the time we get to Thursday, and a very nice weekend is coming our way again. It's 9 minutes after the hour. An East Wenatchee man is suspected of carrying a significant amount of opioids, including a powerful combination of narcotics that's called gray death. 36-year-old Derek William Bianchi was arrested by East Wenatchee police on Sunday afternoon. He was stopped for driving on a suspended license, we're told. Police say a search of his vehicle then found 970 fentanyl tablets, 28 grams of meth, and about 2.5 ounces of gray death. Gray death is a powerful mixture of fentanyl, heroin, and related synthetic opioids, which can cause collapse and death, even in small doses. Bianchi remains held at the Chelan County Jail on a $25,000 bond. Douglas County prosecutors have to file charges by today. Authorities are looking for a suspect who allegedly stole about $2,500 worth of jewelry from the East Wenatchee Fred Meyer's store. That's the person they're looking for. East Wenatchee police say the man, caught on store video as you see there, committed the theft back on April 5th. He's described Has about 5 foot 6 inches tall, slender build, in his early to mid 20s. Anybody with information about the theft or the suspect you see there is asked to call Rivercom. The mayor of Rock Island wants to be a Douglas County commissioner. He's throwing his hat into the ring for District Number 2. Randy Agnew is a Republican. He was the first elected mayor of Rock Island in 2015. He has twice been re-elected. He ran unsuccessfully for Douglas County PUD commissioner back in 2022. The District 2 commissioner seat has been held since 2016 by fellow Republican Kyle Steinberg, who told us yesterday he will not seek a third term. When he filed for office on Monday, Agnew accidentally filed to run in Douglas County District 3, which is not up for election this year. That filing has since been corrected. The Tacoma man accused of running illicit massage parlors here in the Wenatchee Valley has to remain in the Chelan County Jail on a $500,000 bond. The Bellevue-based attorney for 61-year-old Lin Hee Yan asked Monday to drop the bail requirement and release Yan on his own recognizance since his U.S. passport was revoked last year. Yan is a Chinese national. He's charged with money laundering, promoting prostitution, and leading organized crime for allegedly offering sexual services out of 2 Wenatchee massage locations. Judge Kristen Ferreira turned down the proposal for him to be released without bail. He's scheduled to face trial in June. His wife, Yan Yang, is also sought by police on the same charges. She is still believed to be in China. The Wenatchee Valley Fire Department was formed back in 2022. They combined Chelan County Fire District 2 and Chelan County Fire District 1 and Douglas County Fire District 2. Fire Chief Brian Brett says the new department's signage, though, hasn't kept pace, and the fire stations throughout the valley still have signage from their old districts. Well, last week, commissioners for the fire department voted yes on a $30,000 bid from Graybeal Signs of Wenatchee to replace signage at all 10 of their stations. Brett says a committee of external stakeholders recommended that the department move quickly on its rebranding. The city of Wenatchee is going to be hosting a groundbreaking ceremony. Time to dig up some dirt and expand the Wenatchee Convention Center. That project is a big one. It's going to run about $16 million. It's going to be paid for by lodging taxes. It'll be completed in the fall of next year. The groundbreaking ceremony will take place May 6th, 2 o'clock. It'll last about 30 minutes. It'll be held at the center's outdoor plaza on Wenatchee Avenue. And Wenatchee's newest city council member is now 2 months into her term. Chelsea Ewer was appointed by her fellow council members to take the District 2 seat that was vacated when that member, Mike Poyer, was elected mayor. In her daily life, she's also the operations director for the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce. At a recent special council meeting held at the Wenatchee Valley College, we caught up with Ewer to ask what led her to seek out a role in city government.
You know, I think that I've always had this volunteerism inside of me. I've volunteered ever since a very young age, and getting involved at the chamber with my role there just increased that to the next level. So getting involved in community development, economic development, government-related work really sparked a big interest in me. And then watching people that I admire so much, like Shiloh and Sherilee, stepping and doing what they do, really inspired me to do similar. So we were at a meet and greet similar to this one tonight when I really started to think about it and thought, why not give it a try? I think that my skill set could be really beneficial. So I went for it, and here we are.
Did you come to the council with particular desires or expectations? Did you have projects that you thought, maybe the city's not paying enough attention to this and I can get it in front of the right people?
You know, I think overall our city is doing an incredible job. The staff is phenomenal. I've been doing one-on-ones with all the directors, and it's been really inspiring to me to see like how smooth everything is running. They're really doing an incredible job. I think for me, being born and raised here, I see that our community is growing at a rapid rate, and I want to kind of harness that. I think that it's challenging for some people to see our city grow so quickly, but I think that we can really harness that and use it to our advantage. So being a part of kind of what the community will look like in 10, 20 years is really what's driven me to do this, be a part of that vision and future of the city, really.
Were there things you didn't know about how the city operates that you were surprised to learn when you joined the council?
I'm still learning. I think there's a lot to learn. I've been the most fascinated by learning about the utilities, to be quite honest. I think that there are things that we use and we know, but I think we take advantage of it. So going and seeing the boots on the ground and seeing the incredible work that they're doing and how much goes into it has really been eye-opening for me. It's been one of my favorite pieces of the tours that I've been doing.
And do you foresee yourself wanting to stay on the council past the term that you're filling, to run for another term?
Yeah, I do. I think that I only have 2 years on this term to finish out this term, and I see people say, it takes a year or two to really gain your bearings and start to get into the groove, and I can understand why, because there's just so much. So yeah, I think after my term is up, I think I'll be ready to run again. And
do you have a mentor on the council? Is there another council member that you've kind of like, let's, show me the ropes?
Yeah, you know what? They've all been fantastic, to be honest with you. I know many of them really well already because of work and through the Apple Blossom Festival and things of that nature. So it was really welcoming and warm coming into it, so I really appreciated that. I think when I look at mentors and people that I look up to, there's many leaders in the community that have kind of paved that way for me and that I look and seek guidance from, and that's been really, really helpful.
What else can people expect in a Chelsea Ewer term on the council?
Goodness gracious. I hope to just be a good steward for the community, and I hope to listen to people not only in my district but the community at large and really understand what their hopes and needs and visions are, and to help bring that to the council. I just want to help be that voice and the conduit to help bring everybody together and bring our community to the next level for the future.
And that is what's making news on this Wednesday. We'll be gathering in the newsroom, getting the news together, disseminating the news, and broadcasting the news at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, 5, 6, and 10 on television. If you consume your news in a different way, we got you covered there too. Our news will be up and running on the World Wide Web, on our Facebook page, on our home page, ncwlife.com, on our YouTube page, on our app, Instagram, we got it all, and that's how you download our app right there. There's a QR code. Pick up your smartphone, and it's a done deal. And don't forget, if there's something out there that you think warrants our attention, you get a hold of us. Send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. Good night for the Seattle Mariners, and a big upset in high school soccer last night. Sports is 2 minutes away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
I chose Pinnacles because they embrace and lift people with different learning styles.
It's a school where I can be myself, creative, and be successful.
There's a lot of hands-on activity, and
you get to really connect with the community here because we're all one. We get to see each other often. It's a small building.
The teachers care about you and make sure there is equity in the classroom.
They take care of them as a whole. They see them as a name, not a number.
Shake and bake on the lake at the Wapato Point Pickleball Tournament May 3rd through 5th. Registration is open to all ages and skill levels. Win cash prizes. Check out the amenities of Wapato Point. Walk to local wineries, breweries, and restaurants. Enjoy the beer and wine garden from the Manson Chamber of Commerce. Register to play today at mansonchamber.com. Shake and bake on the lake at the Wapato Point Resort Pickleball Tournament May 3rd through 5th. Presented by Wine Girl Wines and the Manson Chamber of Commerce.
Sangster Motors has the hottest lineup of GMC vehicles in years. From the top-selling Sierra pickups to the all-new Canyon midsize, Sangster has you covered. Add the luxury of a new Yukon or the outrageous new Hummer Electric, and you have it all right here at Sangster Motors.
Get 2.9% APR for 72 months on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. or current eligible GMC owners get over $7,800 total value.
Sports at 20 minutes after the hour. Logan Gilbert looked really good. He was overpowering last night. He allowed just 3 hits in 6 2/3 innings. Mariners beat Cincinnati 3-1 last night. Jonathan Clase had an RBI double in his second major league game. Mitch Haniger added the key two-out RBI base hit, and the Mariners guaranteed their first series win of the season.
Now Jonathan Clase will stand in.
Into the gap. And it gets down. On the move is Mitch Garver getting away from Manny. This could be a play. Here's the throw to the plate. The ball got dropped. The tag made by Garver. And Mariners have scored.
He called him out. He didn't see that the ball had been dropped. Well, for Class A, he's able to get himself a double out of it, pick up another RBI. He had one last night. Now he picks up another one here. He had thoughts of maybe trying to make a triple out of it. The throw actually beats Garver. The catcher just not able to handle it.
Yeah, that throw from De La Cruz right on the money on the fly.
Stuart Fairchild at the plate.
Chopper, runners break. Throw to first. In time, Fraley scores. De La Cruz to third. The Reds tie the game.
Ball 4, and the Mariners have them loaded for Mitch Garver.
Mitch Garver, the pitch. Walked him. That'll pick up a run. The Mariners take the lead 2-1 as Julio comes in to score. Third RBI for Mitch Garver. Just looking for their first knock with runners in scoring position. And there it is. They were 0 for 5. Here comes JP. 3-1 lead for the Mariners here in the 6th. And Mitch Haniger's second hit tonight. The hitting streak at 7 ball games. Another RBI for him. He's got 12. And he is a hot hombre.
Just a good piece of hitting again. Breaking ball pretty much in the middle of the plate. Doesn't try to do too much with it. A solid line drive back up the middle.
Center field. That's trouble. Fraley's going to score easily. De La Cruz just flying to third. Do they get him? Yeah, they got him at third. So that's going to wipe out the run. Fraley was throttling down. Yes, indeed. And you see home plate umpire John Lipka had a great look at it. He said, yep, that run does not count.
The tying run moves into scoring position. It is Tyler Stevenson batting for Martini.
2-2, 2 outs, bases loaded. The pitch. Fly ball center field, easy play, Julio. Mariners have won a series, everybody, to win this game 3-1, and Logan Gilbert gets his first victory of the season.
And he earned it for sure. 6 2/3, giving up just the.
Seattle and Cincinnati wrap up their 3-game series. It's Wednesday. That usually means afternoon baseball, and by golly, it does. 1:10 first pitch on Root Sports. The rest of the American League West looks something like this. The Tigers knocked off the Rangers 4-2. It was Tampa Bay over the Angels. Took them 13 innings to do it, but they did it. The Braves got by the Astros, and St. Louis over the Oakland A's. As far as the Kraken are concerned, they gave the Winnipeg Jets all they could handle last night, but Tyler Toffoli's tie-breaking goal in the third lifted the Jets to a 4-3 win last night in Winnipeg. The Jets, by the way, clinching home ice advantage for the first round of the playoffs. Here are the 3 Kraken goals.
You're 9, 10, 11 years old. All you know is your favorite team is leaving.
Right.
And I could never imagine that. Tomas Tatar goes to the short side with $1:22 left to go in this first period. Tuna comes calling, and the Kraken tie it. I believe he actually screens Connor Hellebuck on this play, but this play is all made through the middle of the ice. He distributes, and then he goes to the front of the net, and maybe a double screen with Stanley and Belmar, but Tatar with a beautiful short side wrister.
Yeah, just not enough time to react there, and it was a great job using Stanley as that.
Tanev cuts across, scored, back for Tanev. Good play by Sandberg. Tanev up top, it's Riker Evans. Evans with a shot, he scores! The puck has eyes. It's Yanni Gord cruising in the path of Connor Hellebuck. Evans from down. Of getting some separation. And what a hand-eye coordination play here by Yanni out in front of the net. Beautiful redirect, net front presence. Look at, you cannot see Connor Hellebuck here. Now, obviously, we got the camera look from behind, but if you had the other look that we showed, you look to the net, you don't see the goaltender. Excellent job in front of the net. I believe that was Cartier and Yanni out in front of the net.
Looking for another tip out in front, Morrissey.
To the outside for Sean Monahan.
Beautiful pass by Bjorkstrand to create that chance for Yanni.
Now a steal, Gord's on it, he'll drag it. A great play to Ty Cartier! 1:47 left to go in the second period. Gord initiates it, Cartier finishes it, and the Kraken have...
The Kraken, by the way, wrap up their third season of franchise history tomorrow. They'll be in Minnesota, 4 o'clock on ESPN. Well, who'd have thought of this? Check out this score. Eastmont going into last night's game 7-0, undefeated in Big 9 play, ranked in the top 3 in the RPI ratings. Moses Lake was 0-7, and look at that. Moses Lake knocks off Eastmont in boys soccer last night in Moses Lake 2-1. That's a big upset. Wenatchee snuck by Sunnyside at home 3-2. Prosser got by Ellensburg 4-2. East Valley, no problems with Ephrata on the pitch. For the smaller schools, Chelan knocked off Omak 4-1. Cascade shut out Kashmir 4-0. Cascade remains undefeated on the season. Okanagan beat Manson 2-0. It was Bridgeport over Orville 3-0, and Tonasket beat Brewster in soccer 4-1. Prep baseball at Dan White Field in East Wenatchee. Eastmont got by the Wenatchee Panthers 4-3. The doubleheader between these two teams at Historic Recreation Park will be on Friday. We will have both of those games, by the way, right here on the NCW Life channel. Moses Lake beat Davis 7-1. It was Kashmir over Omak 11-4. Quincy stuck by Cascade, and Brewster 10-run to Chelan 12-2. Prep softball scoreboard: Eastmont no problems against the Panthers 16-4. Quincy beat Cascade 19-5. Ephrata 24. Elmira Cooley Heartline, Seals and Crofts 0. Lake Roosevelt rolled over Tonasket, and Okanagan beat Liberty Bell. These are the kind of scores you will get occasionally in girls prep fast pitch softball, and those are just some of the games that people are playing. On the 17th day of April, 6 obscure holidays to choose from today. You can celebrate Herbalist Day. It's National Ellis Island Family History Day, because it was on this date, like in the early 1900s, that Ellis Island processed like 12,000 people in one day. That's a lot. It's National Haiku Day. It's National Cheese Ball Day. It's Blah, Blah, Blah Day. I don't know what that is, but today, even though they scare the bejesus out of me, bats. It's Bat Appreciation Day, and we need to appreciate bats. They're an important part of the ecosystem. Bats, of course, are the only mammals that can fly. There is a flying squirrel, but they don't fly, they glide. Bats are the only mammals that can actually fly. Most bats fly about 60 miles an hour. The Mexican free-tailed bat can fly 100 miles an hour. That's pretty damn impressive. Bats live a long time. The average bat lives about 30 years. That's pretty good. Bats can eat up to 1,200 mosquitoes in an hour. That's why we like bats. About 50% of all the bats that are native to this country are listed as endangered or in serious decline because they only give birth about once a year. Most bats only give birth to one pup once a year, and that's about it. Of course, bat droppings are one of the best fertilizers to be had anywhere. There are countries whose economy is based on bat poop. It's that good. Most bats hibernate in the wintertime. There's nothing to eat. When they're active and they're flying around, their heartbeat goes to about 600 beats a minute. When they hibernate, their heart beats at 4 beats a minute. That's a pretty slow heartbeat. They look scary, but they're good for us. Bat Appreciation Day today. It's 28 minutes after the hour. Today in history, the Kennedy administration inherited this from Eisenhower and the CIA. They did all the planning for the Bay of Pigs invasion. They started planning this almost as soon as Fidel Castro took power and said, I'm a Marxist and a Leninist, and we're going to have communism here in Cuba. Didn't sit too well with the Americans, obviously. Less than 100 miles from the continental United States, you got a communist country there. They're going to get in bed with the Soviets. So the CIA came up with the Bay of Pigs. They're going to overthrow Fidel Castro. Didn't work, complete fiasco. Kennedy gave the green light. I mean, they were kind of at the point of the planning stages where they really didn't have any choice. You can't turn around at that point. Of course, all they did was help Fidel Castro. He became a national hero. He already was one. He became a national hero. It really started the relationship between Cuba and the United States to really go downhill. When the United States invades a country, the country that gets invaded usually is real happy. And that's just a general rule of thumb. The Bay of Pigs fiasco, trained and executed by the CIA, tried to take over Cuba. Didn't work. 63 years ago today. Speaking of something that didn't work very well, opening day of Shea Stadium, 60 years ago today, out in Flushing, Queens, New York, April 17th, 1964. It did not go well. For one thing, they weren't done, but they had to do it anyway. I mean, look at the big hole in the ground right there. Shea Stadium, I went to one Mets game at Shea Stadium back in 1983. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. It's surrounded by, well, it's got LaGuardia Airport, and it's got junkyards and chop shops all over the place. But they just weren't ready. Now, of course, nowadays they don't do this. They don't just open the stadium and say, let's play baseball. They do all kinds of things to make sure everything's ready to go. The scoreboard there never worked. It had all kinds of problems with it. There were short circuits, even though it was a brand new state-of-the-art scoreboard. It rained it rained torrential the day before, and then they realized that the outfield drains were put in the wrong location. So the outfield was pretty much a marsh. And the traffic jams were absolutely outrageous. Most people couldn't get to the game. In fact, the game wasn't a sellout because a lot of people couldn't get there. And on top of all of that, the tortoise stopped working, and there were no telephones. There was a dispute between the two competing unions on installing the telephone lines and the telephones. And so there were no working telephones at Shea Stadium when they opened their doors 60 years ago today. Oh, and the Mets lost. The final was 4-3. But a lot of people learned their lesson. We got to make sure everything works before we just open up the gates and play a baseball game. And 54 years ago today, Apollo 13 made it home safely. It was a bit dicey. America held its breath for about 2.5 days, but they figured it out. Apollo 13, they made it home safely, just barely. It's still a good movie. They took some liberties. They're allowed to do that, but they made it home. Good movie. 32 minutes after the hour. Birthdays, the most influential banker in American history, J.P. Morgan, who decided absolutely uncontrolled, unfettered, free enterprise capitalism simply doesn't work. There has to be rules, and everybody has to play by those rules. And so he did that, and then he became a bazillionaire because for 25 years, 42 major corporations were organized or were underwritten by J.P. Morgan. We're talking U.S. Steel, AT&T, International Harvester, General Motors, General Electric, 21 railroad companies, Con Ed, DuPont, Montgomery Ward, all of them underwritten or majority owned by J.P. Morgan. The guy made a lot of money and he changed American banking. He was born in the state in 1837. And another heavenly birthday, William Holden. Born in the state in 1918, one of the leading men of the 1950s. He won the Academy Award for Best Actor for Stalag 17. He should have won it the year before for Sunset Boulevard. I think it was a makeup for the Academy. Sabrina, The Bridge on the River Kwai, of course. Network, The Towering Inferno, The Wild Bunch, Picnic, the great William Holden. Born in the state in 1918. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. But don't forget now, I've been telling you, get your AC tuned up before the heat comes. Alpine Air can come out and take a look and say, you're good to go, or maybe you need to do this or that. They're good folks. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Our friends at Pool to Spa Services on Worthen Street by the Pybus Pump Market. If you want a pool or a spa, you want the experts to do it, not the amateurs, and they are the experts at Pool to Spa Services, and our friends at Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista. Don't forget, it's Winning Wednesday. I got Blippi tickets up for grabs. 2 winners today. Each of them win a family 4-pack right on the floor, right by the stage to see Blippi and his worldwide tour coming to the Town Toyota Center 1 week from tomorrow, Thursday, April 25th. Winner at ncwlife.com, winner at ncwlife.com. Get in your emails. I'm going to draw 2 winners today. Each of them get 4 tickets right up front to see Blippi. Get your email in. Mike Minotti's got an opinion, and then we talk to our friends at the City of Wenatchee's Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services Department. We're going to get an update on the big remodel and the rebuild of the Wenatchee City Pool from Dave Erickson and Katie Hoffman. They're coming up. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley Wednesday edition on the NCW Life channel.
The Wenatchee Valley, Here, most of us really enjoy the great outdoors, and most of us try to make the most of our natural resources. Here at Apple Valley Honda, we know that for generations, we have harnessed nature to sustainably power the West, and we are proud to be part of that tradition as an environmentally green dealership award winner. Being a green dealership means Apple Valley Honda has reduced our overall environmental impact. We are so proud to live in this wonderful community.
Water is essential to living. From clean drinking water for good health to clean water for your pool or spa. Central Washington Water, your water experts. With whole home water filtration systems for your home's best water. Products and supplies to keep your pool and spa water crystal clear. To a full parts department. Count on Central Washington Water for expert help. Shop screen to screen. Come in or call about a backyard consultation. Central Washington Water, your water care professionals.
At Kennedy Group, we understand that buying and selling is more than a transaction, and it's more than just a house. This is where you will gather with friends and family, and where a lifetime of memories will be made. But buying a home is more than memories. Oftentimes, it's your biggest financial decision. The agents at Kennedy Group understand this and provide real estate advice based on your goals and dreams. Call us today, and let's find your happy place.
My favorite thing about living at Prestige is the activities. I think it's just so good for you to have a group that you can have fun with.
I think if you keep moving and you have a social life, you're going to live longer. And that attitude is fostered by the activity director and the managers. It's a good place, it's a happy place, and it's where I plan to stay forever.
Me too.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up. Lifetime warranty.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, many times, somebody has said something to me, usually something critical, and I get defensive. I'm sure I'm the only one. Now, what I've tried to learn to do when this happens is to stop and think. Why am I getting defensive? Is there some truth in what I'm hearing? Now, often this is the case, I got to admit. I get defensive because something about what I'm being told is accurate. And, you know, I think I should do this more often, reflect when I get defensive, when I'm criticized, and react that way. Maybe instead of defending myself, I should stop and think, you know, is there a chance for correction here and doing myself some self-improvement? Well, maybe there is. This is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and that's my opinion.
Bienvenido al Centro de Resolución de Conflictos. Brindamos servicios a los condados de Grant y Adams, ayudando a empresas y personas a resolver problemas difíciles. Ofrecemos ayuda con conflictos de trabajo, problemas residenciales y asuntos familiares. Podemos capacitar a su personal en habilidades de prevención y resolución de conflictos. Llámenos al 509-237-3705 para obtener más información.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, located in East Wenatchee, offers terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. From the golf course to the grill, you don't need to be a member to dine in style and play golf too. Highlander's well-groomed fairways and greens keep it difficult, yet friendly for your regular rounds of golf or a new destination for you and your out-of-town friends. Contact the Highlander Pro Shop today to schedule your tee time, outing, or tournament. Open 7 days a week, where everyone is welcome to play and eat.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Ugh, keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
Right now, during our spring tire sale, save up to $80 on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents The Magic of Manson.
Spring is here at the Chelan Ridge Winery. Check out the all-new deck area, enjoy an amazing view, new vintage wines, and that down-home hospitality Chelan Ridge is famous for.
Wine Girl Wines is already famous for wine, beer, and great entertainment. And now they have added craft cocktails to the list of food and drink, so pop on by our Manson location for some good old-fashioned fun.
Welcome back to the program. Every once in a while, about once a quarter, we check in with Dave Erickson, who runs the City of Wenatchee's Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services Department. It's April. We thought we'd get an update on all the projects that are going on, including one really big project, the Wenatchee City Pool. And Dave, you brought a friend.
I did.
Give it up for Katie. Introduce Katie to our television family.
Well, this is Katie Hoffman. She's our new recreation coordinator for the city, and so today is actually her very first day of work. So, you know, throwing her right in.
Sarah moved on to other things, and she gets to do that. Talk about Sarah. Sarah gave you quite a bit of notice, right?
Yeah,
she was going to be leaving.
She did. Yep, gave us lots of notice, so we were aware that that was going to be happening, and went through a competitive process. And Katie was our overwhelmingly top choice, so we're really excited to have
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Now that you're here in Wenatchee, give us a little, Katie Hoffman 101.
Oh gosh, I've spent the last almost 10 years of my life over in Ellensburg, Washington, working for the university. I worked in the campus recreation program for quite a bit of time before working in some fundraising the last year. And then before that, I was over in Clarkston, Washington. So I am Washingtonian through and through, and very excited to move very close to a river and enjoy all of the cool stuff here in Wenatchee.
This has been your background in public administration, this kind of thing? This is what you've always been into?
Yes, yeah. Very much enjoy jobs where I get to be kind of forward-facing with the community, but then rec is really fun because you're just like, hey, come out and hang out with us, have some fun, and enjoy what we have to offer.
Dave, of course, is answerable to the City Council, but he also has a commission of 6 or 7 people, I think, who kind of help you along. Do they participate in this whole process of bringing Katie on board? Talk about how that worked.
Yeah, so we have an advisory commission to the City Council. It's a 7-member volunteer group, and really it's an organization that if we have something that we want to get input on, we'll go to that commission and say, hey, what do you guys think? Is this a good idea or not? And we do that very regularly. In this particular case, we didn't have any commissioners. We had a committee of staff members that put Katie through the grindstone and made her answer a bunch of uncomfortable questions, and she still did great. So
I guess you don't know yet because this is your first day at the job. What is Katie's responsibilities in your division?
Yeah, so a big thing will be the city pool, operating the city pool in the summertime, as well as working on the art programs and a number of other recreation programs, everything from hiking camps to snowshoe hikes.
Well, let's dive right into the pool because that's the topic of discussion today. The pool closed early, a couple weeks earlier last year at the end of the summertime, so the contractor could get a head start. About a $2 million job needed to be done. We're going to roll through some pictures, and Dave and Katie, I'll let you chime in as well. Give an idea, folks, of what we're looking at. Dave, I'm going to ask you to use the monitor here in the studio. You folks at home, please use your televisions.
Yeah, so what you see there is the pool from about a week or so ago. The red stripes on the bottom there, those are actually water membranes that they have to put down before the tile. So on the long stripes there, those are black tile that are being put down. And then on the cross ones that go the other direction, those are actually blue. 2. And so just this week they finished putting down all the tile, so that's all finished. All the grout work is finished. And so you'll see nice new clean lines as they go in.
But boy, did you have a mess to go out to when you finally found some stuff you didn't know that you were going to find. Pool was built what, late 50s?
1964.
1964, which was a great year for pools.
Absolutely.
Great year for me as well. It was the year I was born. Walk us through some of the photos that we're seeing here.
The process was really kind of interesting. So we replaced the entire circulation system underneath the pool. What you see there, that's the main drains that will go back to the filter system and clean the water as it recirculates. But we had to cut out the entire bottom of the pool, put in all brand new pipes. Here you can see kind of the rebar that was as we were putting it back in. So in that particular case, all the water lines have been replaced. And
so that is the very bottom of the deep end, right?
It is. Yep, that's the very, 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 very bottom. And that section to the right there that kind of tees off, that's where the pipe is right now being installed all the way back to the pool mechanical room. So they're breaking up the pool deck, installing a new pipe that's about 14 inches in diameter that goes all the way back into the filtration system. So that's kind of the last piece before all the pipes will be put together and the pressure testing will occur.
When you sent me some of the photos, this looks to be maybe last fall now?
Yeah, and actually just today it doesn't look a whole lot different. They are still working on that. This was last fall. They're installing the pipe to the middle part of the deck, and now they're taking it out to the pool. Here the guys are re-pouring concrete into those trenches in the pool. And there you can see some of the rubble left behind too. We have a crew of 3 different guys out there jackhammering 7 hours, 8 hours a day to break up the old plaster and the old tile that was in there, that they could scrape all of that out. And there they are removing it from that pool bed. So all of that will get replaced with new plaster. That's actually going to start on April 30th. The new plaster.
Do they have to build a temporary ramp to get the equipment in and out?
They did, yep. And that's that picture there. They are putting in the pipe into the mechanical room. So there's actually 2 different pipes. You can see it's kind of standing, straddling one. That goes into the drain, into the deep end. And then that upper hole, that's where the water that goes into the pool flows through that from the mechanical room.
And you have a whole new circulation system and a whole new heater, right?
Yep, a brand new boiler too. So about 2 years ago, the boiler failed, and so last year we were able to get it to limp along with some duct tape and almost literally duct tape and bubble gum to keep it going. And fortunately, we did throughout the entire season. And so we were able to get a new boiler for the pool. It's about the size of a VW Bug. Put that in, and our insurance company paid for that. So,
and it's going to be much more efficient, correct?
Should be more efficient. The pipe diameter is changed dramatically. So we were going from about a 4-inch pipe under the pool to closer to a 12-inch pipe. So we should have better water circulation, better chemical use, and everything else that goes along with it.
The pipes that you dug out that were laid in 1964, some of them I looked at I go, how could water even flow through those things? Those pictures will be coming up shortly. This is a $2 million project. It was originally, what, 1.8. It went a little bit higher because these things happen. Talk about the challenges of finding a contractor who can do an Olympic-sized 10-lane swimming pool.
Yeah, there's not a lot out there. And so we were fortunate. We went through a competitive bid process and ended up selecting the pool company out of Tacoma. And then they have a variety of subcontractors that work for them, various tile guys and Mountain Excavation out of Dryden. They're out there doing the excavation work right now. There you can see the tile guys putting the bed down before they laid the tile. But yeah, talking about pipe condition, you'd be really fortunate if your arteries aren't like what those pipes look like. It was very, very plugged, very congested with debris from 60 years worth of debris building up.
Probably a couple of pieces of bubble gum in there, and God knows what else.
Yeah, chemical. There's a shot, one of them right there. Some of the debris inside those pipes was pretty amazing, and you wouldn't know it looking at it from the outside. It looks like a pipe.
Look at that.
But a lot of water flow restrictions in there, so
no doubt about that.
That should help with our efficiency quite a bit.
So the whole thing will be done and done. It looks like mid-May still is the deal.
Yeah. So right now, plaster is scheduled to go back on. Hoping to get the pipes finished this week. Plaster will go back on starting on the 30th of April. Water will go in the 1st of May because part of the process to install the plaster is you have to fill it right afterwards and then start brooming it so it's smooth. So they will start that process, and then if everything goes well, May 22nd, we will be back doing a reopening ceremony at 5 o'clock that evening. So
when you refill a pool, you have to let the water circulate for 3 or 4 days, and then you add your chemicals and that kind of stuff. And I know that's an expensive proposition, chemicals for a pool that big.
That's
but
640,000 gallons.
Yeah, that's a big pool.
That's a lot of water.
The average backyard pool is about 25,000 gallons, the average background pool, so you know how much bigger that is. Any different as far as that's concerned? Are the chemicals the same kind of deal as far as it's going to be a chlorine treated type pool, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, everything is the same as far as chemicals go. It should be more efficient though, and it should have a better use. So now we're not having to treat those pipes with all that gunk that's in the inside. Now it'll be nice clean pipes going through, so we should have better water chemical balance.
And when you and I talked about this, Dave, you were thinking this is going to buy about another decade of good use, maybe even more?
Yeah, it should be at least 10 years. So that liner itself, the plaster and the tile, that was put in 1996. From what I understand from the pool folks, they said that those should last 8 to 10 years in an outdoor pool. So minimum 10 years, and we got almost 30 out of that old one. And then the circulation system itself, that was put in almost 60 years ago. So I think we're good for a number of years.
Talk about the importance, and you can address this too, Katie. This is a 10-lane swimming pool, and this is why we get these big swimming events in June and July. Who brings in, I think between the two events, like $1 million to the local economy. People go, what's the difference between an 8-lane and a 10-lane? That makes all the difference, doesn't it? In a lot of respects.
That's 2 lanes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, actually you can run the bigger meets, and a lot of meets can't handle that capacity. So the Apple Capital Swim Meet, that's the biggest one, I think in the region, maybe even in the state. You know, it brings in 1,700 swimmers and all their families, brings in over $650,000 in economic benefit to the community. And then we have the smaller meets like Starlight, another big velocity hosted meet at the pool, again brings in at least $200,000 to $300,000 in economic benefit and a number of swimmers. And then you have the small local meets, so like the Summer Swim League Championship, where you bring in all of the smaller pools, team summer swim leagues, and they do the 25-yard course, so the short course. So it's more of a local meet, but still serves a big purpose.
So the whole thing's done. Hopefully, we're throwing in the first swimmer ceremoniously on May 22nd. You turn the whole keys over to Katie here, right?
Yep, it's all hers.
Here are the keys, and there you go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I should sign my paperwork and everything with HR to make sure I get paid, but yes, after that, we'll be good.
Katie's so new, she hasn't even finished her hiring paperwork yet, so.
And this is very important. People are going to say, $2 million to fix a swimming pool. The city just didn't write a check. The city wrote a check for about $700,000. The rest of it, you went out and got the money on your own volition with grants and stuff, right?
Yeah, we were fortunate. So we received 3 different grants for the project. One through the State Department of Commerce, and that was about $533,000, and then 2 separate grants through the State Recreation Conservation Office, totaling over $750,000. So really fortunate to basically be able to split the cost between the city and then those state agencies to keep the pool open, and the state recognized that it's a valuable asset to the community.
It's the only one around, period. I mean, it really is. Have the folks, your neighbors on Fuller Street, they've been pretty patient with all the noise and the jackhammering and all that stuff?
Yeah, it's not been bad. You know, we've operated during regular kind of business hours. We have had some weekend work happening, but it's during the day. We make sure that they're not out there in the crack of dawn jackhammering. So
we might as well transition real quickly from the city pool and the brand new and improved city pool with lemon fresh borax. Let's talk about swim lessons and all that stuff, because this is still the best deal in town. Swim lessons, open swim. If you live in the city of Wenatchee, it's your pool. Anybody can use it, of course. It doesn't really matter. But it's, you know, if you live within the confines of the city limits, you can go swimming at this lovely new pool for like next to nothing.
Yeah, a couple dollars, $2 or $3, depending on your age and group. So yeah, we have public swims, we have lap swims, pool rentals. Those are filling up already because we have specific times for those. At the very end of the season, we have the ever popular doggy paddle swim. So we had over 75 dogs come at the end of the season last year. And our season really kicks off right after school gets out. So middle of June, that Saturday is the first day. Every year we run about 800 kids through swim lessons, and we have a scholarship program that we've tied in with the Sports Foundation. So if you can't afford swim lessons, then we have an opportunity for them to be able to swim for basically free.
Everybody should know how to swim, shouldn't they?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just everybody should know how to swim. It's just a huge relief from a parent to know that little Johnny at 8 years old could go. You can drop him off at the pool, and you know that little Johnny's going to be coming back.
Right.
It's very important.
Yeah.
Dave Erickson and Katie Hoffman, we're going to visit again here. We're going to do a couple of interviews, and we'll get Katie involved. Anything else with all that good stuff? Anything else city pool related while we have you here, Dave?
You know, I don't think so. We're looking forward to another great season.
Staffing. How you doing for lifeguards and all that stuff?
Actually, we interviewed another lifeguard this morning, and I think we have space for a couple more. So it's always good if folks are certified lifeguards. Go on our website. You can fill out an application right there and get it in as soon as you possibly can, so you don't miss out on that.
I was a lifeguard when I was 14 at the rack, and it was the best tan I ever got. Because nothing happened. You just sat in a chair and watched people have a good time. Dave Erickson, the director of the Wenatchee Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services Department. I don't know how you can fit all that in a business line. When we visit tomorrow, we'll talk about all the other projects going on. Lincoln Park, Methow Park, there's going to be some new artwork celebrating the indigenous people of the Wenatchee Valley going in at Memorial Park. We'll talk about trail etiquette, all that good stuff on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
Let Merry Maids custom cleaning experts help you clean up your to-do list. Between work, kids, and pets, it's hard to find time to keep up. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee help. Merry Maids cleaning experts can help keep your home or business fresh, neat, and exactly how you'd clean it, if only you had the time. Call now for a free estimate, 509-663-1710. Serving Chelan and Douglas counties, Merry Maids, let us help.
Your home runs on hot water. From the kitchen, to the bath, to the laundry. So Rheem offers a wide variety of water heaters, from traditional models to ones smart enough to tell you how much hot water is available. On second thought, perhaps the laundry can wait.
Call After Hours Plumbing for all your water heating needs.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Oh, look at this.
This would look really good in the kitchen.
Or the living room. Just look at it.
New windows are a work of art. Upgrade your home's windows and get cash back from Chelan County PUD.
This is gonna look great in the house.
And one more reminder on this Winning Wednesday, Blippi. Blippi's World Tour comes to the Town Toyota Center 1 week from tomorrow, Thursday, April 25th. Showtime is at 6 o'clock. And the seats that we're giving away, and again, we're going to have 2 winners today. Each winner is going to win 4 seats. They are really good seats. They're like the 7th row from the front. I mean, they're right there. Great for the kids who are, if you have kids or grandkids that fall into that Blippi is cool stage. This is what you want to win. Send me an email, winner@ncwlife.com, winner@ncwlife.com. There's Blippi and the crew. Again, the World Tour comes to the Town Toyota Center 1 week from tomorrow. And if you want to win, you send me an email, winner@ncwlife.com, winner@ncwlife.com. 1 entry per email address. You know that by now. Employees of local telecommunications, solely on broadcasting, and their media families are ineligible. Sorry, Alicia, you cannot win because you work here and you get paid. I'll do the drawing a little bit later on today. And again, we're going to have 2 winners. So that's good, 2. is better than one. Send in your emails. It is still chilly. We haven't warmed up at all. Still 39 degrees. That's where we were when we started the show an hour ago. Going to be below normal temperatures for the next couple of days. The overnight low tomorrow night is going to be really cold. From the National Weather Service, here's your forecast. 58 today, lots of sunshine, light wind, about 6 to 10 miles an hour out of the west. That 58 is below normal. Our normal high is 62. Tonight, partly cloudy, a couple of clouds here and there. We're going to drop down to 38 for the overnight low. Very little wind tonight. For Thursday, sunshine, 61. Very little wind. That's looking good, but we're going to be quite cold on Thursday night into Friday. Look at that overnight low, 35 degrees, and that means we're going to be a little bit cooler on Friday. It's going to take us a little while to warm up by Friday, and also Friday afternoon, it's going to be rather windy at times. We can see consistent winds at about 13 to 15 miles an hour on Friday afternoon. And then we get really nice. How about 66 for the high on Saturday? Lots of sunshine, very little wind. 42 for the overnight low will be above normal on Sunday with bountiful sunshine. Monday and Tuesday looking good indeed, but lots of sunshine. And of course, next Thursday, not only is it Blippi's tour coming to the Town Toyota Center, but next Thursday, April 25th, is the first day of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, number 105. That's it for us. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.